Hey everybody, welcome back. So we are setting up for our May budget. First, we have our stickers for all of our May budget spreads. We're gonna do our monthly view, our monthly budget, our weekly check-ins, transaction logs, sinking funds, debt trackers, all in this video. So if you're interested in seeing any of this setup, stay tuned. Also hit that subscribe button so you catch all my budget videos for the month of May and going forward. Love to have you part of the community. So first off, we are in our Erin Condren monthly planner here. It is a 7x9. All of the stickers you see here are listed in my Etsy shop. There is a link down below to take you to my Etsy shop if you're interested. But we're gonna flip over to May right here. So we're just gonna do this overview here. We're gonna lay down our monthly view kit here. So let's go ahead and get started. So what is everybody's plans for the month of May? So for us, we have the twins' birthday, their birthday party. There is Alexis's dance recital, end of year school stuff. We have Mother's Day coming up. So quite a bit. And I want to say alright, so let me put this one on the bottom. So for our monthly view, just to kind of give y'all everyone a refresher for the month, we use our monthly planner here, or monthly view here, to track all of our expenses, see how many days we spend money on, what days we don't spend money on, what trends we have in, making sure we pay all of our bills. It all gets laid out in here. For our monthly view page here, for us to consider no spends will be for days that have no bills on them or any of our expenses from our cash envelopes in here. That's how we track when we get no spends, but that is it. I think I might make these a little bit bigger and go to the edge and cover up this. I think we might be adjusting my measurements on that one. All right, so on this page here, we are gonna set up our debt tracker. I don't have the numbers. We haven't closed out and paid all of our last bit of debt. So we are gonna go ahead and just lay down and set it up. So as soon as I close out for April's budget, we will know how much we need. So we're gonna use this pretty washi here. So we don't need that one. I need debt tracker. Losing my mind. Okay. So I'm gonna lay down this. In our house, between me and James, we have 4 debts. For the 2 of us. All right, so there we go. And the first one we have is our family car, the Highlander. We have James's car, which is the Camaro. We have my student loans, and then we have medical. And for us, right now, student loans are still on forbearance, end of August, if I'm not mistaken. Right now is when they'll start repayments again. If they start repayments again, we'll see. I do make a minimum payment on there. I have gotten it lowered over the past year because of no interest being added on it, which has been awesome. The Camaro and Highlander, we pay every 2 weeks. We'll pay on it. It helps keeps the interest down and applies more towards our principal, which is great, what we want. So things that we do multiple transactions for our cars and things, I like to lay down a transaction log down here at the bottom and just kind of keep track of when we pay on them, how much we pay, and then how much is going towards our principal and interest for here. So tongue-tied today. Okay. All right, so there is our transaction log. We're going to pull out our ruler, draw in our lines for this sheet here. Okay, so in our description part here, I just write P for principal and I for interest. That way we know what it's going to. Flip on over. I don't really do anything with this page. I could like track birthdays or count things coming up or something, but I just don't use it when I sometimes write goals over here, but just not my vibe. This sheet here, you'll see me set up the paycheck breakdown in the next video, so stay tuned for that. But on this side here, we are about to set up our monthly budget, which is always the fun part. Okay. So this one here, we're going to do our monthly budget. And the first area up here is our income. So I'm probably about to confuse some of y'all, so hopefully I can explain it very well for everyone to understand. All right. Oh, that did not go down straight. Okay. So for our household, starting in May, we are back down to 3 sources of income for us. The first one being James's income. And then myself. And then we have other. So anything that comes in that is not what James earned or what I earned doing YouTube, Etsy, Herbalife, will fall under other, just to make it simple. I'm done working at the tax office, so we don't have to do office anymore. But we're going to lay down our total strip. And since that everything will fall under other, I won't need to leave any extra spaces. I don't expect anything. Got lucky that didn't all the way lay down. I don't expect anything this month unless like I post something to sell. But we shall see on that. But for estimated amount of income for James, we have as $29.20 for him. I estimate about $300 for myself, and then for other, I don't expect anything. So that gives us a total income for the month of May at $3,220 estimated. So this number here is going to help us budget out our paycheck breakdown in our next video. So stay tuned for that and know where all of this is going to go to help pay for June's bills and expenses. So there's that. Next up, we need to lay down our fixed and variable. So I have 2 different options here. So on here, I have it where you can do all your expenses at once, or you can split them up between variable and fixed. So I like to do mine between variable and fixed. We'll skip 2 lines there. Okay. So on our fixed side for this month, we have the cars. I just grouped them both together. Total us at $920. And that's for both cars. And for the Highlander, we are about a month, almost a month ahead. We're getting close to being a month ahead on the Highlander. And we are about almost 4 months ahead on the Camaro on paying it off. So that is awesome. Then we have rent at $600. Then we have Allstate. And this is the month that our Allstate is 6 months starts over. So the price may adjust for Allstate, but for right now we're still running it at $285. Hopefully it stays right in this range just because that's what we've already budgeted. But going into June, we'll know if it fluctuates up or down a little bit, and we can adjust it then. Next up is cell phones. So last month we had to replace James's phone. I got a new phone, and this month we are going to be paying $166. Then starting in June, we're going to be paying $188 until we pay James's phone off, and then it'll go back down. Which by the end of this year, we'll have his phone fully paid off, which is awesome. Cell phones taken care of. Storage, that is $64 a month. Student loans, that was $60. And then we have pest control. And we paid $33 a month. All right, on our variable side, quite a few things. So this month we have power, water. These two fluctuate depending on how much we actually use previous month, and it rolls into the new month. Then we have internet, and things that our 1-year contract had ended, we had to call them and get it shifted. So I want to say starting in June will be the set amount. So I'm hoping that finally sets them out. Then we have groceries, gas, and this is gas for our cars, spending, miscellaneous, sinking funds, savings, debt, the cushion, which is like a buffer in our checking account to have extra in case something is more than what we anticipated, or we need to swipe our card when we don't have our cash on us. And then we have anything that's been unbudgeted. Okay, so those are all of our variable expenses this month. I like to make sure it's classified as this month because internet is usually fixed at a set amount. So hopefully we'll get that back at a fixed amount as well. I like when they're fixed. I know exactly how much it's going to be. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Budget for power, $230. For water, we budgeted $70. Internet, we're budgeting $66. They said it should be about $55 this month, so hopefully that'll cover that. For groceries, gas, spending, miscellaneous, we haven't closed out April's budget, so as soon as we close out that, I'll know exactly how much we're putting into these categories here. Sinking funds, savings, debt, cushion, and unbudgeted depends on how much we are actually able to put in for the current month. So that's why it's a little confusing. Okay, so for all of our expenses, for our fixed here, and then from miscellaneous up to our power, we know exactly how much we're putting in these from the previous month. For sinking fund, savings, debt, cushion, and unbudgeted, we don't know until the end of the month for May. That way, because we add this each week to those after we take care of all of our expenses that we know we need. Hopefully that makes sense. And I didn't confuse anyone just then. All right, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna lay down some washi. So there is our May budget. So next we are going to be setting up our sinking funds and a weekly check-in. So on this page here, we are going to be doing our weekly check-in first. And for our weekly check-in, we check in for our groceries, gas, spending for myself, and then miscellaneous, and if we happen to have anything that came in unbudgeted. So those are the categories that we try to keep a track of, which are all the ones that are inside of our cash envelope wallet that I carry on a daily. The ones that have more in them, I don't carry as much. I'll put a limited amount in my cash envelopes just so that way if someone steals it, they didn't take all of our grocery money or gas money, whatever, which has worked very well. All right, so we're going to be skipping 5 lines and laying down our next week and doing that all the way down, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so there is our weekly check-in. So we will be checking in for 4 weeks. In the month of May, there are 4 Fridays that I will try to check in for. Sometimes it waits until Saturday, just depending on how busy Friday is for us. I'll do it on Saturday morning and get it checked in. And I have misplaced my other transaction logs, but I'm gonna go ahead and lay down the thick washi, and I'm gonna have to print me in some more transaction log. All right, so right here we'll have our transaction log for our weekly check-in. I will do all of our expenses straight down here. I got to print and cut another one because somehow I've lost the other 2 for my setup. I don't know where they went. It's fine. I'll just print and cut me some more in just a minute after I'm done. But only thing we have to do now is fill in our categories here. This is set up and ready to go. Next up and lastly, we are going to set up our sinking funds. So, as I've said previously, we haven't closed out our April's budget, meaning we have not closed out sinking funds yet. Words are not my friend. So, but we are definitely going to go ahead and lay this down. And once again, this page here is for our transaction logs, and I don't have it right this second, so, which is perfectly fine. I'm just going to go ahead and lay that down, so as soon as I get it print, I can lay it down and it's ready to go. Normally I'm on point, but I am a little bit off. Okay, so here's that. We'll have sinking funds. We are going to go ahead and get all of our all of our sinking fund categories down. That way, as soon as I close out April's, I can fill those in. Category, and I do it in alphabetical order. Sometimes it gets a little out if I overlook it when I'm writing it in here, but we'll see if we can stay on it. First up, anniversaries for me and James. We have ours in October, actually on Halloween is our anniversary. We have birthdays, and this is for everybody in the house. So, car maintenance, which has been used quite a bit in the past few months. Car tags. We have July and August is when our car tags are due for the Highlander and Camaro, so they're back-to-back months, so we're about to figure out how much they are. And then Christmas. We have clothes. Dance. And my daughter keeps hollering she wants to do gymnastics. And if she ends up doing that, we may end up putting all 4 of the kids in there. Just so that way the boys can have something, because the place I've been looking at has a place for toddlers and younger boys. Fun thing. So we're going to see. I'm trying to see if they have like a free class to do like a intro type thing to see if she's actually going to be into it. Because she loves dance, so we'll see. Family fun. We actually got rid of gas. We removed the propane, and they are picking it up, so we no longer have gas, but we have gifts, holidays, the house sinking fund, and this is more so for like things around the house, like new bedding, new dishes, new anything like that. Not so much as like buying a house, fixing up the house. That's not what this one's for. This one's for extra things for later, you know? Hopefully you go. We have the lawn care. Medical we have for anything that may be Tylenol, Motrin for the kids if they're sick, over-the-counter prescriptions, anything like that is where medical comes in. This is just to cover that cost. That way we have somewhere to look for it. We have a pet fund. We have Sam's Club. We have a membership for Sam's Club. It's annual. I pay it every year. Absolutely love Sam's Club. I was in there today. Y'all will see that in my weekly check-in, but we love Sam's Club. Then we have school. So school used to just be back to school, but then I realized like throughout the school year you have pictures, you have fundraisers and activities and field trips and all kinds of stuff. So we just made it as school for anything they need for school, and it works fabulous. Next up, we have vape for James. Then we have vision. We have one person in the house right now that wears glasses, so we need to make sure we have a vision category set up. And then this one is very unique. So we have utilities. It hasn't been stuffed in quite a while because they have been a little ridiculous. But for utilities here, we will put anything that's left over from our gas and water in here to help cover any bills that happen to be over what we budgeted. So we haven't been able to do that the beginning of this year just because they have been over and our cushion has had to help cover it, but hopefully soon. And I knew I forgot one. I forgot mine. So this here, at the end of the month, if I have personal spending money left, I put it into my own sinking fund. That way I can save up to go out and get my hair done, my nails done, something for myself that costs more than what I normally would get each month, you know? But that is just for me, like my own little mini savings to rack up there. But that is all of our sinking funds. So as soon as I get my April budget closed out, I can go in and fill in all of our numbers here. But I am going to take this one. We're going to close this out. All right, there are our lines for the sinking funds. And then once I get our transaction log over here, I can be able to keep track of anything that comes from our sinking funds. Birthdays is going to be hit, definitely, no doubt. And then family fun. We have Alexis's dance recital. She's got some stuff going on at school that we are going to be doing as a family. And we might just go out and enjoy the weekend one weekend. So we shall see. But this is our budget. This is everything. We have our monthly view set up for an overview of how much we spend, making sure our bills get paid. We have our debt tracker here to keep track of our debt, making sure we make our payments and how much is going towards principal and interest. Our May budget. This here is going to help fund our June budgets. This here, up here at the top, was funded in May and April, going into May. So all of these are fully funded, ready to go. No doubts about that. And then we have our weekly check-in here. We check in to see where our spending is sitting at for the rest of the month and if we're staying on track to get that budget in order. Then we have our sinking funds ready to go. So just got to get all the beginning numbers in for when I close out April and we're good to go. But I really hope that y'all enjoyed this budget with me video. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I will be posting the second budget with me, laying down my paycheck breakdown and going over how we look at things on there. So if you want to check out that, do hit that subscribe button down below. Push the post notification bell so you're notified when that video goes up. And I can't wait to have you part of this community. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye now.